I'm not really going to be editing this video, so it's just going to be me, raw, unplugged, and hopefully everything I'm going to say makes sense because I'm not going to be editing this as much because I just want to get what I've been going through really out there. So if you've been following me on Instagram, this would not really become a surprise to you, but me and my boyfriend are no longer together, and yes, that means we broke up. We've been broke up about a month ago, and I didn't want to talk about it for a little bit. But a large reason about that was because we weren't really romantically compatible. We were great as friends, and whether or not we're still friends is still pretty up in the air right now. We work together and we seem to be going on fine, but it's really not the same as it used to be, and I'm somewhat okay with that because friends sometimes are not always for forever, and it might be for the best because I've grown so much as a person in the past year that I've been going one way and he's been more or less the same and hasn't really moved, changed as much as I have. So I'm going somewhere else and he's still more or less over here. And that's a large reason of like why the relationship wasn't really working out, on top of communication. He's not really someone that communicates very well, and neither am I, and we just seem to be non-confrontational, which is not very good in a relationship. So as much as it is to say like I wish we wouldn't didn't have a relationship or we weren't really romantically involved, I'm somewhat glad it happened because it made me realize it was my first ever real relationship, so it made me realize what is important in a relationship and like what do I want going forward if I were to like be romantically involved with somebody else in the future. So it made me realize what's important and what I value in a relationship and like what I feel like needs to happen from here on out. So it was a learning experience, somewhat sad about it, but I don't think about it as much as I did that first night where I was like crying my eyes out, like as soon as they broke up with me, as soon as the shift ended. But it was really shitty. They ghosted me for a while, and after some uncomfortable conversations that I had to initiate because they didn't want to deal with it, which was a large part of the reason about why we broke up. It happened. It is what it is. I don't know how else it would have ended any other way, being our personalities tend to clash, but it happens. I don't want to get into detail, but a large part of the reason was also my doing, and I'm very sorry for that, but you know, damage is done. What can you do? And I've been talking to other people, not in a romantic sense, but like friendships, because a large part of the reason of the breakup is that really killed me was that I really put myself and invested so much in another person that I really lost myself, and I'm trying to like get back like what I used to be before the relationship because I started to rely so much and like invest myself into someone else that I started to think to myself like, who the fuck am I? Like, who the fuck am I? Like, when you're alone in bed with your thoughts, it's like it's scary because no one's there. You have to really look deep inside yourself and think, holy crap, who am I? So a large part of that was the breakup. After the time lapse, I decided to take a little bit of a break and like gather my thoughts and reflect on other things and like talk to other people. And surprisingly, I don't feel as alone as I used to be. I remember I felt so alone in the relationship because this person wasn't very invested in what I did and like what I thought was very important. I wasn't really getting what I needed out of the relationship. So the breakup was honestly for the best. I'm working on myself. I'm feeling so much better. So everyone who's been checking up on me or like wondering how I am, I'm doing okay. My heart is recovering. I will live. It's not like the end of the world for me as I thought it would be when I first like heard of the breakup. Like the first couple of days I thought it was like the world was ending, but now I don't feel that way. I don't really think about it anymore. It's great. There's other people in this world. I think I'm just gonna be fine emotionally. Also, I got a haircut if you haven't noticed, and I honestly really liked it. I wanted to change after the breakup because I wanted to like close the story on that, and I felt like I needed to change my appearance to reflect that. So I thought, why not my hair? And honestly, I might keep this because on top of being low maintenance, it honestly really fits me. And apparently a lot of people are giving me more romantic attention as a result of that. So ironic. While the breakup was primarily the reason of why I haven't been posting videos, another part of it is because I kind of didn't have the time. I went back to work and my hours weren't like what I thought they would be, because when I came back, I was getting like 21, 22 hours a week. And when you live in New York City, you can't really live on that money. So I had to make the change of like going towards another shift, which was basically graveyard shift, which is working from midnight to 8 a.m. the next morning. So it was a pretty big change. I have to sleep during the day, and so if I'm working the next night, which I have been usually, my days off are not really my days off, because I had like 4 overnight shifts and like 1 day side shift, which could be like 8 a.m., 10 a.m. So when I have like a day off in between that, I literally come home from work of the overnight shift from the previous day, go to sleep, stay up for like 3 hours, and then go right back to sleep so I can be like alive and kicking for like my morning shift. So my days off, I haven't really had time to actually do things that don't require the gym, eating, meal prepping, and sleep. So that's practically been my life. And it's funny because a lot of people want to talk to me, people want to hang out with me. And it's funny because like I just came off from a 2.5 month leave of absence for my top surgery, where I had all the time in the world and nobody wanted to hang out with me. But I guess now that I'm single, everybody wants to hit me up. Everybody wants to go see a movie with me. We want to go out and eat and catch up. And I'm just like, really? Now? When I had like 2.5 months for you to like hang out, you want to hang out now? You're gonna have to wait till January when my hours drop. But in the meantime, I'm making that good money for Christmas, Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Right now is the busiest time in retail. I'm making pretty much practically 40 hours every week because I had to do the shift change. So on top of that, I'm getting a shift differential pay. So I'm gonna be making bank this holiday season, which is great because I kind of need a laptop, because like I said, I'm barely home anymore other than to like cook or just like sleep. So I have to kind of like do this so I can like work and like do videos on the go while I'm at work and on my lunch break and everything, every practically when I have like free time, but I'm not near a computer. So it's safe to say that I'm doing fine. I'm alive and kicking. I haven't died or anything, so don't worry about that. I'm still gonna make videos because like life goes on after a breakup, and you basically have to start making time for things. Unfortunately, I have to stop singing because my teacher only works Monday and Sunday, and with my overnight shift schedule, with sleeping during the day, and basically having no energy to do anything after work, as it's a pretty physical labor job, I had to stop doing that. So, and that's okay. I'll just pick up another hobby that doesn't require me to actually take lessons, which recently I got back into drawing, so that's fun, and I'm doing that on my lunch breaks. And yeah, I wonder where I'm gonna go with that. Not sure. Really, I don't. Aside from that, thank you all so much for watching and your positive, kind messages. I'm gonna get through this. I always have. I've overcome obstacles before, and I got some awesome videos coming up now that my schedule is a lot more consistent. It's not this rotating shift bullshit I've been going through in the last 2 weeks. So I am already hit 1 year on minoxidil, so stay tuned for a timeline video for that, as well as a 3-month post-op chest update. So yeah, I will talk to you all real soon. I hope you have a wonderful day.